certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
In there?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
Hey, peeing your pants at school, consider Malcolm Miles Davis.
And welcome to another episode of Rankum. We're here to do a redux of Adam Sandler movies. And fun fact, this is almost exactly 200 episodes from when we first did Adam Sandler movies. Because the initial Adam Sandler list was episode 74. This is 271. So it's like,
do you know who was on that?
Chris Tobin and Nick Tui, if I remember correctly.
I was getting to that. It was
Martin's like, let me host.
But yeah, and I do actually have the list of what the 12 was for that on hand. At 12, you had Hotel Transylvania 2. At 11 was The Waterboy. At 10 was 51st Dates. At 9 was Funny People. At 8 was Mr. Deeds. At 7 was Anger Management. At 6 was Big Daddy. At 5 was Billy Madison. At 4 was Longest Yard. At 3 was Happy Normal. At 2 was Punch Drunk Love. And number 1 was The Wedding Singer. But with that, how Rankin works is and for my actual interest panel as well. But I've got Brian here. Brian, how's it going?
It's going to sound my favorite actor. Love me his movies, and I'll shout when you to that.
We'll also here we've got Chad. Chad, how's it going?
A Shabadoo as well. A Shabadoo. Yeah, I am a huge Sandler fan. I've been since, I don't know, I was like 5, watching one of these movies that might come up, one of my favorite movies. And yeah, I'm just so glad to have a bunch of other big Sandler fans here to just talk about one of the greatest comedians. So yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
Also, we've got Jacob. Jacob, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. Sandler's all right, I guess.
No.
Boo.
Boo.
And also here we've got JPO. JPO, how's it going?
As Keenan said during the Sandler reunion or SNL, I see you guys doing this hand flute thing. So Scooby Bebop, happy to be here, and yeah, I love me some Sandler. Always have, always will. Except for Leo, which takes place where I live. Actually, I am 100 on his filmography. So
it takes place in your home.
It takes place literally in his house.
Your house?
No, in Fort Myers, Florida. It's where I hail from. This week, though, because for the last couple of months, you never know where I'm hailing from anymore.
I mean, are you being told by Liz to move to different cities?
Yeah, I keep getting banned from multiple cities. This is third city in about a month, so.
But with that being said, how Rankin works, we're going to go around and nominate a movie that belongs on the top 12 list of Adam Sandler movies, and see, and then everyone votes and see if it. And then if it gets majority votes, it will make the list. But Brian, we're going to go to you first. What was the first movie you're going to bring up?
I'm going to bring up my favorite comedy of all time, Billy Madison. So all lotions go for me, you protect me, tee hee hee. I'm American Quincy, so quotable. This was a great teacher, Miss Veronica Vaughn's wild hot piece of ace. You got Chris Farley, the bus driver, no young on the buses, and Eric, played by Bonnie Whitford, great comedian, so Billy Madison.
Chad, what do you say about Billy Madison?
Wow, Brian said quite a lot about it. So yeah, but Billy Madison, when I was around 5, it was like my favorite movie. I didn't understand all the jokes, but I just watched it all the time with my sister, and just grew up with Sandler ever since then. I did have a falling out, a little bit into his run, but then I've recently had a grand kind of reawakening of like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna get back into watching Sandler all the time, because I just love his comedy. But Billy Madison is the one that started it for me. I'm not going to say it's like hands down the best comedy that, because he just has so many great ones. But for me, if I have to put one on, this is probably the top of the list. It's just so funny, and it's probably a little bit nostalgia, a little bit. I just think all the jokes really work for me. And yeah, all the great moments in it, the song and dance at the end.
Yes.
Do you have any more gum?
More gum.
I I'll sit here and quote it back and forth with Brian all night, and we won't get to another thing. But yeah, like all the performances I think are great in it. But familiar faces that you see. I love the decathlon at the end.
Yes.
I just love the concept the clown. I just love the concept in general. I think is really fun. Like he's an old guy going back to school, and it could be like really, really weird, but I feel like he just makes it work with his like man-child personality. So yeah, I adore this one. So absolutely yes, of course.
Jacob, what do you say about Billy Madison?
Tell us very long, Billy Madison, Jacob.
You had your turn, Brian.
Did you rewatch it for this, Jacob?
I did not. I did not. Because, like I said in the chat, I've given it a few chances, and it just doesn't work for me. I don't find it very funny. Despite what he might say, peeing your pants is not cool. It's actually it's not good. It's not good for you. At some point, you have to learn to control that and go in the toilet. It's called growing up. And now the
Give
humor
Ernie a break, bro. Give Ernie a break.
The humor just doesn't work for me. I mean, I do enjoy some of the Chris Farley moments, but that's about it. Other than that, there's just not much working here for me. So I'd say no, but I get why people like this movie. Just not for me.
JPO, what do you say about Billy Madison?
Absolutely, big yes for me, man. I love Billy Madison, always have. I think it's super quotable. I think he is the best dumb man child that is so fun to watch here. Yeah, this is a big love of mine. So this definitely deserves to be on it and high as well.
Yeah, I mean, somewhere there's been this rumor that I just don't like Billy Madison. That is not true. That never has been true. Like, I don't hate Billy Madison. I think it's pretty fine. It's about, for me, I did rewatch before this because it's been a while since I've seen it. And it was fine. Like, I didn't laugh a lot. The song and dance moment was the best part of the movie. But it kind of falls in mid-tier Sandler for me. And it would have been a no for me as well. But I do like the movie. But it's still going to make the list. Chad, what was the next movie you're going to bring up?
Okay. I mean, I saw the list, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of repeats on the first list because it was solid. There were some on there that I wouldn't have put on the list, but I'm going to put one that was on there. Yeah, this is just another one that I think is like super solid in between comedy and drama. And it's like one of the first times that I think Sandler actually showed his chops. And it's not a full drama, but I'm going to go with The Wedding Singer. Because I think the Wedding Singer, it's just like when Sandler and Drew Barrymore get together, I feel like it's just going to make something amazing. Maybe one of them not so much, but like there's two that I think are pretty great. And I think this is tops. I think this is one of the top of just his entire career. I just love that story. I mean, it was made into a musical, so it's got at least, some sort of like staying power. There's, people love this movie. They want to keep seeing it in different formats and stuff like that. So it's got a really solid story. I think Robbie Hart and God, tell me what's her name? Julia Gulia. Not Gulia. That would be bad. But Julia Hart at one point. I think they're one of the greatest like on-screen like couples, which is why it works so much for me as like a rom-com of like, just like one of the top ones for me. Just because I love to see them on screen together. I love to see that story. Robbie's so heartbroken. I love, Somebody Kill Me Please. I love him singing that. Little bit parts here or there. Alan Covert has a really good role. Yeah, there's just a lot. Billy Idol. the whole third act sequence, just seeing what a piece of shit Glengolia is. And then you get to see Robbie basically come in and, swoop the girl off her feet and, that whole thing. And, see just how good they are for each other. You just want to see them succeed. And, an epic Hall and Oates, needle drop in there, people trying on clothes and stuff. A lot of the sequences in the actual weddings is pretty incredible with the You Spin Me Right Round and all that stuff, and Love Stinks, and the Mutants at Table 5. I'm sure they will find love. You never know. Don't judge people like that. But it's just so funny. Even like Steve Buscemi's like coming on and like being super pissed off about his brother being happy, and I don't know. There's just so much to talk about this movie. I think it's really great. It hits both comedy and drama super well. And I won't shut up about it. That's how much I love this movie, and that's why it's the first one I'm bringing up.
Jacob, what do you say about The Wedding Singer?
What Chad said, yes. I don't feel like I need to add anything. He pretty much said it all. It's a great movie. I think Sandler and Drew Barrymore have really good chemistry here, and it's one of my favorite Sandlers too. So, yeah.
JPO, what do you say about The Wedding Singer?
What Jacob said, yes, about Chad's what he said. No, absolutely, hugely yes. There's a reason it was number one last time, so obviously it belongs on this one as well, and probably high as well. We've revisited this relationship twice now because of how much it works here. This is easily Adam Sandler's best romantic movie as well here, because you really fall for Robbie falling in love with Julia. You know what I mean? The fact that he's willing to even walk away because at one point he thinks she's happy, and it's sentimental. It's super fucking funny. Again, great caster. Alan Covert's kind of his best buddy role is in this movie here. You get a little Buscemi, a little Lovitz. It really holds up still too. I think again, got made into a musical with my boy Stephen Lynch, and it's a great movie.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with what JPO said about Jacob, but but yeah, I mean, I loved I loved The Wedding Singer. This is one of those ones I was hoping to get to do a rewatch, because once again, it's been a little bit since I've seen it, but it's like what I'm saying is like it's one that I've seen more recently than some of these others that I was like, I can sort of leave it to if I've got time, and yeah, I think The Wedding Singer is great. It's probably not my favorite of the Sandler Barrymore team ups, but it's definitely in my top 10 Sandler. So it's going to be yes for me for The Wedding Singer. Brian, what do you say about The Wedding Singer?
Well, Jacob said what Jacob said about what Chad said. It's a yes for me. Some great, as Jacob said, some great humor, a little bit of SNL people, a little bit of Friends, and shout out to the rapping band as well. So yes.
But that Wedding Singer is going to make the list, and we go to Jacob.
Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and bring this one up. We'll see how it works because it's fairly recent. I'm gonna go with Hustle. I absolutely loved this movie. It was released last year, and I think Sandler really shines when he's able to do dramatic roles. I think he does a really good job, and basketball is actually something he loves, and I think you can definitely see that here in this movie. Where Adam Sandler's playing this sort of like the scout for, I believe it's the 76ers. And he's recruiting this guy from, I don't remember what country, but Bo Cruz, played by Juan Hernan Gomez, who for a non-actor did a really good job, by the way. Shout out to him, who then got cut from his NBA team for some reason. But whatever. But no, I think this movie was really well done. I think Sandler does a really good job at and making you believe that he's wants the best for this guy that he pulled in from again whatever country he's from, and just like his love for basketball is on display. And then shout out to the rest of the cast: Queen Latifah, Ben Foster, and just some really good stuff here. The basketball scenes are all really well done. It's just a really solid movie, and I think Adam Sandler, like I said, Adam Sandler really shines in dramatic roles, and I think this is one of his better ones.
JPO, what do you say about Hustle?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give this one a yes as well here. This is a really nice blend of, it's not as, crazy intense as like an Uncut Gems, but it shows you another level of Sandler here as well. Jacob says, like, even if you're a non-basketball fan like me, you do see the love that's kind of expressed in this movie here. And again, he kind of plays it perfectly as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna say this is a yes for me as well. This ended up being a really good movie. Another line after Gems, another Oscar snub.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like I think Hustle is a really good movie. And it's one that I wouldn't necessarily say that. I'd say Adam Sandler was definitely up there. Yeah, I think the ones that did end up being nominated that year, I think were all deserving of it. But it's one of those ones like I think it was a good movie. It definitely falls in my top 10, and it's one of those ones like as it's gonna, as I say going on, like a lot of my top 10 Sandler movies are when he leans more into the dramatic side of things, or is a dramatic / comedy type movie. But I'm waiting for the sequel to Hustle called Loyalty, and then the third movie in that thing called Respect. But Brian, what do you say about the movie Hustle?
Hustle gets a yes for me. I believe it's behind the scenes of basketball because you play a basketball scout, which I do enjoy the behind the scenes of sports films. And yeah, some great characters actually show up. Ben Foster, and JP said, Jaleel White as well pops up in a quick cameo. And there's also talks of him being nominated for the SAG Awards, same people like for the Oscar, which I was hoping. But overall, it's a yes for me.
And Chad, what do you say about Hustle?
Yeah, I'm actually glad I was kind of last on this one because I was a little bit on the fence where I could actually see myself giving a slight no, just because there is so much up in there. But on the other hand, I could easily also see myself saying yes. Because when I watched this, it was like I didn't know what to think about it. I was like, yeah, he did just do Uncut Gems. I've known for a while he could do great drama. When he has like something to work with. And I was very excited to check it out. And when I watched this, I just couldn't stop. It's like, sometimes like I'll pause movies, but this one I was just kind of chilling, just watching it. And then when I wanted to watch it again, like it just had no qualm. I was like, I'm just going to watch it again. Like, this one is such an easy watch. And I think it's because it is a really sweet story. It's really good, like sports drama. I do like a lot of the performances, especially like Ben Foster plays a really good piece of shit. But he can do that because he's a great actor. And then, yeah, Sandler just bringing out another great dramatic performance here that I think might be, I don't know, a little bit better than the movie. I'm not sure really on if I think this is a great movie or just kind of a good movie with a great Sandler performance or really what I feel about it there. But I'm actually fine with it being on the list because it is kind of teetering for me, jumping into my top 10. I think right now it's barely outside of my top 15, but it could move up if I just think about it a little longer because it is a really good movie. So yes.
But with that, Hustle is going to make the list, and we go to JPO next.
When all is said and done and the book of the world is closed, there's going to be some of the greatest debates of all times, science versus technology, what religion could be correct. And I think the other debate that we talked about is, are you a Billy Madison guy or a Happy Gilmore guy? We got Billy on the list, so obviously we need Happy Gilmore on the list here as well. It's one of the greatest debates because, again, I think this thing is just, I feel like Sandler is the perfect kind of just child actor that, in a different hands, the character could get grating, but you fall in love with Happy Gilmore despite how crazy he is. You enjoy the shenanigans, Shooter McGavin. He still gets, cameo requests to be that character still to this day. Some more quotes, of course. And yeah, it's a character that even Ben Stiller's character was revisited in Chad's favorite movie of all time, Hubie Halloween. So Happy Gilmore.
I'm not gonna lie, when you started there, I was like, where the hell does he go with this?
Greatest debate of all time, baby.
But yeah, Happy Gilmore was another one that I actually revisited for this, but I haven't seen this since I was young. And I don't know if it's because I've just become an old grumpy. I'm officially an old grumpy old man, or what? Like, but Happy Gilmore didn't really. I liked it. I laughed more than I did in Billy Madison, but it's another one that I think is just a fine Sandler movie. I do think it's good, and like I'm definitely not trying to say it's one of his worst. It's fine, but it's also one of those ones that it did fall into sort of the area where I was going to be good with saying yes to anyway. So I am going to go yes on Happy Gilmore. Yeah, but Brian, what are you going to say about Happy Gilmore? Brian, you're muted or frozen, whatnot.
He's not thinking. He's frozen.
Um,
Sorry about that, my Wi-Fi cracked out on me.
yeah, it's all good.
So it's all to me, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say about Happy Gilmore?
you're my real grandma. So it could be the bestseller. My second favorite, Happy Gilmore. I thought JPO first was gonna go. Are you a Happy Gilmore fan or a Hubie Halloween fan? Learned that debate with Chad and JPO, but yes, it's a yes for me.
Chad, what do you say about Happy Gilmore?
Like, was it like now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty? Yeah, if you want to actually see one of the great debates between me and Mr. Owens over there, check out the movie Battleground, because that was really fun to debate Happy Gilmore versus Hubie Halloween, and never thought I would be in that debate and be debating
I
against
lose sleep on
Happy
that
Gilmore.
on a nightly basis. I lose sleep about that, Chad.
And to settle kind of like a little bit, I think it's very interesting because there are, I think, people who don't really fall into the early Sandler comedy thing. They like more of the later stuff or something like that. So they would say, 50 First Dates or whatever over the Wedding Singer, stuff like that. But Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison are both like foundational movies, I think, for Adam Sandler. So it's one of those to where if you didn't have either of those, I don't think you get the Sandler that we get today. And if you want to know exactly what his comedy is, you have to watch, I think, those two. It's like you can't have one without the other, really. They're both so good, and they both just, yeah, like one is just he's kind of silly, and stuff like that, and the other he's kind of like the jerk that wants to beat up everybody, and he learns like not to play that way and stuff. I love the idea of a hockey guy who like begrudgingly goes to play a more boring sport like golf, I arguably, to help save his grandma's house, which is a very noble pursuit. And then he like hits the ball like I don't even think is possible, but it's hilarious, and it works for this dumb comedy that I think is actually really sweet and can be very enjoyable if you give it a chance. And I think it's honestly a lot of the times more liked than Billy Madison is. But that debate, I just think they're both really, really great. They're both foundational. They're both very funny. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast. There's just so many great jokes that you could throw in there. And yeah, it's just a really sweet story. And I love God, what's her name? From the love interest in the movie.
Julie
She's
Bowen.
so good. Julie Bowen, thank you. And then the guy who plays Shooter McGavin, he's such a jerk, but he's amazing. I love when he like goes and grabs the coat, and it's like that belongs to Mr. Gilmore. The guy with the nail in his head and stuff. Yeah, there's so much great stuff in this movie. I love it to death. Yes, for sure.
Jacob, what do you say about Happy Gilmore?
I love Happy Gilmore. Yeah, this is probably my favorite Sandler comedy. I think it's great. I think this one's just got a lot going for it. Probably just the best golf movie ever made too. And who doesn't just love watching Bob Barker beat the crap out of Adam Sandler? So for that alone, it gets a yes, but it also gets a yes because it's just a great movie overall.
But with that, Happy Gilmore is going to make the list, and we go over to me, and I'm going to bring up the movie that that was the reason that we did the initial Adam Sandler movie back in 2019, and that's Uncut Gems. And this is, but this is another one that I actually did revisit for this because I haven't seen it in a while, and but yeah, it's just really good. Like this is one that I will stand the test of time. Like the fact that Adam Sandler wasn't nominated for this was actually surprising. But I think the movie itself was really good. And yeah, so I'm gonna throw out Uncut Gems here. Brian, what do you say about Uncut Gems?
Yeah, I do enjoy Uncut Gems a lot. It also featured Jordan's favorite basketball player, Kevin Garnett, as well. And yeah, he's played a very different character than he used to be, so I'll give it a yes.
Chad, what do you say about Uncut Gems?
Yeah, I feel like it would be, weird to not have this one on there, even though I guess now it does feel a little cliche. But I mean, so do a lot of these other ones. We don't really have anything in here yet that's like super, super deep cut. Not sure if anybody's going to bring up Going Overboard or Shakes the Clown on here. But, this one is just a great movie. I mean,
Why the fuck would they?
I don't know. You're right, dude. Did you run back to the computer?
You hurt my. I ran back once I heard you say Going Overboard.
Oh, all right.
Let people like what they like, JPO.
No one likes Going Overboard.
Yeah, no one does. Yeah, but it's barely a movie. But Uncut Gems is not barely a movie. It's a great movie. Safdies really know how to make one. They kind of invented their own genre a little bit. It's kind of like a chaos genre where they just make you feel very like, the anxiety. They give you a lot of anxiety and you're just like trying to figure out where everything's going to go. And I just feel like it's just a great performance throughout all this, with Sandler. And the supporting performances are great. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like it's such a random kind of concept of a jewelry guy who got this thing and, is trying to sell it. And it's really what it is. But, it's like a pressure cooker that's, boiling until, it finally explodes at the very end. And, I just think it's really incredible the way they were able to helm it. And I would love to see another Safdie project with or without Sandler, but with Sandler, it would be probably pretty incredible again. So, yes, for sure.
Jacob, what do you say about Uncut Gems?
Oh yeah, this is an easy yes for me. Like Chad said, kind of an anxious movie. Like it leaves you with this uneasy feeling, but like in the best way possible, because you know that you're watching something incredible. And that's what Sandler's given us here. Hustle might be like my favorite dramatic performance of Sandler's for biased reasons, basketball. But like as far as his best, like if you say this is his best dramatic performance, like I'm not gonna argue with you. He's really good here. And then just the supporting performances as well. It's so good. It's an uneasy like I haven't rewatched it a lot because it's just not one of those I feel like is rewatchable. But when you do rewatch it, you're like, Sandler's just so good. So I'm gonna give a yes to Uncut Gems.
JPO, what do you say about Uncut Gems?
Yeah, so far there's no debate for me as to what's been talked about here. It's another big yes. This was after good time. Safdie Brothers followed that up with another really intense, could almost call it a thriller at points with Adam Sandler in the forefront here. And again, just shows you another level of Sandler that's different from Hustle, different from Winning Singer, that he's able to give as an actor, as a performer. And this is a unique film that really has you in a very unique way on the edge of your seat. So it's a big yes.
So if that Uncut Gems is going to make the list, and Brian, we go back to you for your next nomination.
I'll go bring up a movie that is my JPL's very well-starred performance in Big Daddy. A movie, my third favorite Sandler film. His chemistry with the kid Julie is great, played by the Sprouse brothers. Some great one-liners with the Hooters. The whole Madonna sequence. Well, this kid ever will someone get this kid a Happy Meal? Some great lines there, so I'll go with Big Daddy.
Chad, what do you say about Big Daddy?
I have to say yes to Big Daddy. I think Big Daddy is incredible. I think Big Daddy is one of those too that is just extremely underrated. I think it's such a very sweet concept, sweet movie. Yeah, I mean, what Sandler does is like it's pretty problematic, but it's one of those things to where he learns and he doesn't actually try to get custody at the end and stuff like that. So even though like when I was younger, I was like, what, he belongs with Sandler. That why would you do? Then now I understand. Like, well, that would have been weird. But at the end of the day, it's just such a really, really sweet movie. I love the Sprouse brothers. I love Sandler. I love their chemistry. I think that's what really works. Is just like him trying to make something of himself, and he's like, this is the responsibility that's going to actually like make me actually like be something that can be there for someone else while also being there for myself. And it's kind of like a they're helping each other in a way. And that end scene where everyone's calling their dad because it's like this whole big father and son thing and stuff is very, very touching and sweet and funny. And all the side characters are hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a very, very sweet movie, and there's not much more I can say about it because I love it so much. But I'm not gonna just start busting out a bunch of quotes. But yeah, this one has to be on the list. I think it's super underrated. I love it.
Jacob, what do you say about Big Daddy?
Yeah, it's gonna get a yes for me too. Yeah, it's got some very quotable moments. It's got some humor to it, but at the same time, like Chad said, it's also got some sweet moments. And if you would have told me that I would get emotional as a 5-year-old saying I can wipe my own ass, I would have called you crazy. But I got emotional as a 5-year-old saying I can wipe my own ass. And so, yeah, just good performances all around, humor, mixed with, a little bit of drama here. Yeah, I think it's a really good one, and I think it deserves to be on the list.
JPO, what do you say about Big Daddy?
Another big yes here as well. Yeah, this is just another one that the humor is absolutely there, but yeah, it subtly gets you in the feels as well in a very fun way. So yeah, this is another one that kind of nails the head on both levels here. So yeah, it's another big yes.
Yeah, this is one that for the longest time was actually on my lower end of my Sandler movies. But I rewatched it for this, and this made the biggest jump up my list than the other ones I watched, because I forgot how much heart this actually had, and yeah, it was just so great. And that little bit at the end where everyone was calling their dads, and that was just a really good movie. So it's going to be a yes for me as well. So Big Daddy is going to make the list. And I'm going to move over to Chad. What is your next nomination?
Yeah, this is another one I have to bring up that is a dramatic role, but I don't know, it's a little bit of a dark comedy as well. It's just really, really unique. I believe, and Jordan can correct me, I believe this is another one I beat him in debate with. It's Punch Drunk Love.
Why are you gonna keep bringing that up, Chad? You son of a bitch.
It's a running gag.
Yeah, let me just correct me. I think I got you on this one too. Damn, Chad.
Yeah. Okay, I did. Good. All right.
Remind me how you're also married with a kid and really kick me in the gut.
Anyways, I guess I owe Jordan a big apology. Anyways, Punch Drunk Love.
And I think don't remember.
Well, now you do, I guess. Punch Drunk Love is fantastic. I don't know. It's weird, but this is one where when I was on my, I was 12 when this came out. So I was 12 when this came out. And when I hit this movie, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, this is weird. I don't like this. And then, it just took me, I don't know, maybe another 5-10 years. And I started actually mature a little bit. And then I was like, oh, this is great. I love this. I just love Paul Thomas Anderson as a director. And I just love the fact that, he loved Adam Sandler's movies so much that he was like, I want to make a movie with Adam Sandler in it. and take a lot of the things that we've been talking about him being a man-child in his early films and using it to do, instead of comedy, do more of a dramatic thing where it's like, he's that way because he never really grew up. He's like kind of stunted. He's got a lot of like mental health issues because, his sisters are overbearing and just very abusive to him. And he doesn't know how to deal with his, anger and stuff like that. It's kind of like Happy Gilmore, but in just even a more dramatic tone, because he learns to, use that in a different way. Instead of, tearing up a bathroom, he'll use it to, make sure that people aren't going to harm his, new love. And I just think it's a very great romantic movie as well. More romance than a rom-com, but, I just love all the quirks, him finding the little piano on the street, him obsessed with the pudding cups and getting the airline miles, just all these little moments, I think, and just him actually, wanting to use the airline miles to go and do something he never thought he would do and go after something that he wants. I think this movie also has a lot of heart, but it has a lot to say about, mental health and all this stuff too. So such a damn good movie. I love this one to death. So yeah, Punch Drunk Love.
Jacob, what do you say about Punch Drunk Love?
I love going after Chad because I don't really have to say much. I can just say what he said because he pretty much sums it up. I'm going to give this one a yes. I think Sandler gives a fantastic performance here. Kind of one of his earlier dramatic roles, and I think he knocks it out of the park. I was very late to this one. Didn't watch this for the first time until about a couple years ago. But yeah, I just as to be expected because I had seen a couple of Sandler's dramatic performances. I knew I was in for a good time. Well, not a good time, but in for a good performance. And that's what we got. And shout out to Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's not in the movie a lot, but when he is, like, he kills it. I'm gonna give a yes to Punch Drunk Love.
JPO, what do you say about Punch Drunk Love?
Yeah, this is the OG eye opener of Sandler. I feel for a lot of people here because, like we said, there's fleeting moments in like a Wedding Singer or Bill or in Big Daddy, but like this is the first I think real eye opener of like, oh shit, Sandler has a whole nother level in him, man. And it's again just a crazy, again unique script on everything by PTA. And it's another film I'm not totally like it. It's not another performance exactly like this by Sandler. And it deserves to be here.
And yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like this is still. I think this is still sort of on the fringes of comedy and drama because like that's what it's listed on online. But it's still a very good movie. And I like this a lot. I think there's and it's just I think it's really good. I've come to appreciate a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson's movies. I know he like as a filmmaker, he's very like divisive, and that like not there's people out there that just don't like his movies and just or just indifferent to them. But I think Punch Drunk Love is great. So it's going to be for me. It's going to make the list. Dave, we go back to you for your next nomination.
I didn't vote yet, Malcolm.
Oh, Brian, what do you say about Punch Drunk Love?
I was about to say no, but actually no way. It's a yes for me. It's a great performance. It's great, great first dramatic performance as well, which is great. And shout out to the supporting cast, Robert Smigel and Reese pops up, and the whole he needs me sequence is great. So it's a yes.
Now, Jacob, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
All right. So I did have time to watch one movie. For this, unfortunately, it's not the one I asked you about, JPO. But no, I was able to watch the Meyerowitz stories. So that's the next one I'm going to bring up, and I absolutely loved this movie. I don't know why I waited so long, because I knew it was going to be another dramatic performance, and apparently I just really enjoy Sandler's dramatic performances because all four that we brought up so far are in my top 5 Sandler movies. So a guy who's known for comedy, and I love his dramatic roles. But no, this one, really, really solid performance here, alongside Dustin Hoffman and Ben Stiller. Emma Thompson's here, and I cannot remember who plays Jean, but she is also great. And yeah, some really interesting writing here from Noah Baumbach. I think he's a very interesting writer. I think the dialogue is
Elizabeth Marvel.
that. Okay, thank you. But yeah, it's just basically a story about these three. They're all half siblings. Ben Stiller, what's her name, and Adam Sandler, and Dustin Hoffman is their father, and he ends up having to go to the hospital, and it's just about them coming together. And I just think it's a really cool, interesting story. We get to spend time with more time with Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler, and I really enjoy their characters and their moments together. But we get a little bit of time with the sister as well, and yeah, I just thought it was a really cool movie, really cool story. And yeah, again, I think Noah Baumbach is just a really good writer, and I think that's probably it's not clean yet, Chad. There's a spot on it. But I know the Meyerowitz stories, new and selected. I would like to see which ones didn't get selected, and maybe we could get those too.
But JPO, what do you say about the Meyerowitz stories?
My non-debates continue. I thought I would be the dude that would bring this up. So yeah, I'm happy to give this a yes as well. This Noah Baumbach, who's done things like Marriage Story and that weird ass white noise movie I didn't really like from last year. But this is one of the good ones here. I really dig this film here. There's a good trio of him. Jacob mentioned a lot of the great cast there, Dustin Hoffman and Ben Stiller, all putting on really good performances here as well. And yeah, it's a nice little look into kind of their world for a little bit. So yeah, this is a yes.
This is. I also sort of rewatched it for this. It's been a while since I it's actually it went down a little bit for me. Not so much I'm going to that I just don't like. I really do like it. I still think the story is great. I think this is one of those ones that if I rewatch it again, it might go up slightly. I think it's one of those ones I think it just depends on whatever mood I'm in or whatnot. Sometimes that does affect how you watch movies and that. But I think the moment stories was great. I think either it was a Mandela effect for me, but I taught myself ages. There's it was Sandler, Stiller, and De Niro playing their father. I don't know why I thought that, but it's just one of those things I always thought there was some stuff. I was like, what? I was confused.
You thought it was in that movie? You thought it was in that Meyerowitz thing, huh? Okay.
Well,
it's my shitty De Niro. Thank you, I'm here all night.
But yeah, I do think it's a good movie. I'm still going to say yes to it. But yeah, Brian, what do you say about the Meyerowitz stories?
Well, if you watch Pixel List at one time, it's hard to determine is it Meyerowitz new old, but new is selected. I do it now. But
like and subscribe. The first go. Sorry. Brian.
Exactly. Yep. It's a yes. It's a yes for me. Short sweet.
Chad, what do you say about the Meyerowitz stories?
I mean, I'm glad. My opinion doesn't really matter. But for this one, I'm trying to remember if I actually finished this one or if I have another segment to go. But I wasn't actually digging this one as much. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a unanimous thing here, so I'm gonna really give it a closer watch soon. But yeah, it just felt like Sandler wasn't really in it that much. He was in at least the first part, and there's a whole other section that he wasn't even in. So I probably would have given a slight no for this particular list. Although I normally do really like Noah Baumbach movies, and I was liking some of the stuff he was doing in the first segment. But I think it was a little bit slow at times as well. So I just probably have to finish it up or give it a second watch to really cement my opinion on it. But yeah, I don't know.
Not as slow as Margot at the wedding, am I right, everybody? No.
Haven't seen it.
No one.
Anyways, I'm glad it's making the list because I do know a lot of people really like this one.
I mean, not true. Stephen Shepard's probably seen Margot the Wedding.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. But with that, my sort is going to still make the list. JPO, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Let's bring up almost a pseudo sequel, as I alluded to a little bit earlier. I'd like to nominate 50 First Dates. It's the second time we catch up with good old Sandman and the Barrymores. And again, I think the sweetness here works. It's a unique kind of tale of, of course, him falling. He's kind of he loves the fact that people don't really stay on the island that long. So he's just kind of drifting between relationships. Even Kevin James, I think, was a former lover, if you watch the beginning of the movie. But yeah, and he actually truly falls for Drew Barrymore, so much so, and she has this kind of amnesia every day here. But it's kind of a real sweet tale of not giving up on your love, and again, even like a really fun, heartwarming ending. When you think things might not work out, and she talks about how she's not sure who he is, but she dreams of him and whatnot. And yeah, it just again the charm and the factors absolutely on screen between these two. You're rooting for them. It's another great Schneider co-starring performance as well as his buddy with the milky eye and all the kids. And yeah, I mean, again, I think the laughs are there, and it's actually really not a bad follow-up. Not as good as Wedding Singer, but really good as well, and I think deserves to be here.
But yeah, this is my favorite of the Sandler Drew Barrymore collaborations. I think it's really good, and yeah, I think it's just one of those ones that I think is a lot of fun, and yeah, but so it's going to be easy yes for me for 51st Dates. Brian, what do you say about 51st Dates?
I'm gonna yes as well. It's one of my favorite Schneider films. I believe top 10 for me, top 10 or top 15 Sandler for me. So it's yes.
Chad, what do you say about 51st Dates?
Yeah, I actually remember kind of back in the day. I believe the first title for it was like 51st Kisses, and then they changed it to 51st Dates. I think either would have worked, actually, either title. 51st Dates is a great title, and I do actually think it's a great movie. There was a long period of time where I just hadn't seen it in a long time, and then I revisited it pretty recently, and I was like, fuck, this movie is really good. And I do think, yeah, I mean, it's second to The Wedding Singer for me, but like barely, like it's still up there. They still got that chemistry. I still love this kind of story where he's just kind of infatuated with this woman, and it kind of sucks because of her disability and stuff, and it feels a little weird at first. Like, is he is it problematic? Like, is he is he like harming her? But then you kind of see that he's just really like loves her and just wants to help her, and then you like someone else said, you see that she secretly loves him, not secretly, she actually loves him too, even though she can't remember, but she wants to. I think it's a very good relationship in that way. It's weird because Schneider I think has a good performance, but I think it's a little weird and problematic what he's doing, like portraying like a Hawaiian person. I just think that's a little weird. He does that way too much in Adam Sandler movies, and I think that they should stop doing stuff like that. I think they have recently, but it is a little bit weird. But I do think it's still a good performance. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think about other like little moments in the movie that are pretty great. But ultimately, I just think it's a really good story. I love Sean Astin in the movie. I think he's really funny. And the dad, played by Blake Clark, is really great as well. And I don't know, it's just a sweet movie, and I really love it. So yeah.
Jacob, what do you say about 51st Dates?
Yeah, this is an interesting one because this is one that falls into that like 12 to 16 range for me when I made my list. And it was like, well, whichever one gets brought up first, I'll probably say yes to, because I mean, I still enjoy the movie, and since this was one of the first ones that got brought up, I'm going to give it a yes, because I do really enjoy this movie. Yeah, I think Sandler and Drew Barrymore kind of rekindled that chemistry that they had in The Wedding Singer, and I think while I agree, I think The Wedding Singer is just a little bit better for me personally. It's not far off. I think the chemistry is still there, 100%. And yeah, it's just a really cool story. Some good moments here. And I think it deserves to be on the list.
But that 51st Dates is going to make the list, and
We're so
it's gonna
agreeable
be,
tonight.
yeah. Well, let's see if I can break out the agreeable route, because I know the movie I'm going to bring up is kind of all over mixed opinions, but one movie that I really like is Anger Management. I think it's a really good comedy, and like this is one of those ones, like if you're going to tell me you're going to have a buddy movie with Sandler and Nicholson together, it's one that I don't, as a parent, I don't think I would have said. I don't think it's going to work. Like Nicholson's more serious. I don't know if he'll compare off Sandler's goofiness enough, but this is just one of those ones that really works. And I think it's really good as especially when it's just like just going to the monk's place and beating up the monk and all that. I think is it's just one of those ones that I think is
John C. Riley.
yeah, well I know he plays it. I wasn't trying to get play it, but it's just one that I remember loving it, but when it first came out, but I hadn't watched it in a while until I revisited it for this, and it just one that I was laughing my ass off all through this, and especially in the scene where Buddy forces Adam Sandler to stop the car in the middle of the busy bridge and sing "I Feel Pretty" from West Side Story. But it was just entertaining. But Brian, what do you say about Anger Management?
Yeah, anger management, I would say, is very underrated. People don't really talk about it. It's lot of fun. Nicholson's having fun with this, like with this and Batman, two roles he's had the most fun with. And I will give it a yes.
Chad, what do you say about Anger Management?
Well, I'm sure Malcolm remembers during the Jack Nicholson rankum, I brought anger management up and said, this is a really good performance from him, despite it being, I don't know, a silly Sandler comedy, whatever. You know, it's still a really, really fun performance. He's doing something different. And I got it on. But yeah, I think their chemistry in this is really great. I love his Jack Nicholson's Buddy Rydell's way of. So I'm giving it a yes, obviously, because I do think it's incredibly underrated, and it's only recently that I've been like, oh, actually, I really do like this one. But his method of basically pissing off Adam Sandler so much, but for like a whole purpose, and I just love the whole kind of twist and all that stuff. That's the why they're doing it. Malcolm brought up a lot of really great moments from the movie that make it such a joy to watch. I just love how he's like got all this like pent up aggression and stuff. And I constantly, when I just get really angry, there's a lot of times where I just go goose fraba, goose fraba. I just gotta say it to myself. So I mean, that has an impact on my life. Apparently, I just love all of the people in the circle of his help. John Turturro and the like. A lot of really great people in there. Yeah, and it's just really fun to see them go back and forth. Like Jack Nicholson throwing the eggs. I said over easy, at the wall and stuff, and it's whoa, kind of a deal. So it's really really good. I highly recommend a rewatch if you think it's not good. So,
Jacob, what do you say about Anger Management?
Yeah, I would have said no, but only because it's one that I just haven't revisited in a while. Where some of the ones that I have higher up are ones that I can rewatch and that I have rewatched recently. It's just one that I need to give another watch to. I mean, I do remember something about Adam Sandler refusing to spoon with Jack Nicholson, so I mean that's always funny. But yeah, no, I'm sure had I given it a rewatch, maybe I'd be a little bit higher on it like you guys are, but I just didn't have the time. So I would have said no.
I mean, if I didn't have to watch so many movies for various episodes of Rankin or some stuff, I probably would rewatch Anger Management more times. JPO, what do you say about Anger Management?
I've actually would have been like Jacob, but except I think I have seen it enough. I like it, but yeah, it's not a high tier enough to where I would have given it a yes. But Chad is right. I do also say Goose Fraba sometimes, so maybe it deserves to be here.
But if that it's still got 3 yeses, so it's going to make the list. We did it again, Chad. We got it on. But Jacob,
Uh,
Brian. What? Yeah. I was getting there, Brian.
You were just saying hi,
What?
Jacob.
Hey,
yeah.
Jacob,
doing well,
Um,
Malcolm. Thanks for
Brian,
asking.
your turn.
What is the next movie going to bring up?
yeah, I'm gonna try for this, and I'll shoot my shot for Click, a movie that starts off with a comedy, but then slowly moves to drama. The way his reaction to when he loses his father is great, even though it's not correct now because of the way the future's not like now. But it has some good moments, some great comedy. David Hasselhoff's is great as his boss, and yeah, I'll try for Click.
Chad, what do you say about Click?
Okay, click is really interesting. I get why there are a lot of defenders of the movie. I think it does have a lot of good moments, especially with him just like learning to take the moment seriously and not try to fast forward through life and stuff like that. There's a lot of good ideas there. I'm not sure it's 100% executed well. There is a lot of really fucking stupid stuff in the movie, like him farting and David Hasselhoff's face, and stuff like that. So I'm not sure the comedy 100% works, and sometimes I think it like brings maybe the dramatic bits a little bit down. I think it's maybe a little bit of an uneven movie for me. Even though I did really like it more this most recent rewatch than I did the first time. So it's one of those like top 12. I'm not sure. It might just be just outside of that. So I'm gonna give it a slight no and see if it makes it. We'll see.
Jacob, what do you say about Click?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Chad here. I like it, but I think there are some things that bring it down. Like I think some of the comedy is a little too silly. I mean, I feel like we go like super silly, but then there's times where we go like super dramatic, and that change in tone like just doesn't work all the time for me. I think had it been more wedding singer esque, where the right blend of drama, comedy, and and a little bit of romance there with his wife, who shout out to Kate Beckinsale. I think it would have worked a little better for me. I like the concept, and I think they did hit some moments really well. But I think some of the comedy a little too silly. Mixed in with some drama that was like a little more serious. So just because of the tone of it, I'd give it a slight no. But I like the movie.
JPO, what to say about Click?
Jacob, can you move over so I can join you in the boat that you and Chad are currently in? No, they've legitimately have said pretty much my exact feelings. It's on the cusp. I do enjoy it, but I do feel it's an uneven movie because literally, as they've already said, like, do you want me to feel bad about your father dying? And then all of a sudden you're farting in people's faces, and then like, oh, is it time you spend time with your daughter? But now let's watch titties jiggle. Like, it's a little uneven for me here. It's always held me from again being that next level Sandler to where I enjoy it. I think the Winkler scene really works, but then it takes you out at some moments as well. The humor doesn't land as much as you would like it to, despite again interesting premise. I love Christopher Walken in that role, so again, I like it. It's on the cusp, but it's a little bit outside the cusp. So I gotta say no, especially since management's in.
Yeah, I'm probably going to jump in that same boat and sink the ship.
Oh shit! There's too many in the boat. Too many in the boat. We only got a dinghy.
I also like Click enough, but I also would have said no because once again after the rewatch, and I actually found time to watch a lot of the Sandler movies because they're all about like 90 minutes around that. So it's like you could like if you had the time, you could fit in a whole bunch of them. But yeah, I do like it, but I just don't think the comedy necessarily works. But I mean, it's one of those ones I'm probably still going to keep watching it. I don't hate the movie. Not like something like The Ridiculous Six, which I'm probably never going to rewatch again. But yeah, unfortunately, Click is going to be the first movie that's not going to make this list. Chad, we go back to you for your next nomination.
I'm between like 4 here that I really want to get on. What do we have? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
2.
9, 10. So 2 more. Oh,
Yeah.
oh no. What has to be on here? All right, I have to go. I have to go with my like childhood heart. I'm gonna nominate The Waterboy. This I don't know. This is one where I could easily see people not vibing with it. I know he does a silly voice, like a really silly voice, and stuff. But there's just a lot of heart to it. I love him and Vicky Valancourt, Bobby Boucher, Vicky Valancourt. I love Kathy Bates as his mother. I think she's hilarious in this. I love her change of heart because you can also see this is another one where it's like the mother holding back the son because she thinks that because of his handicap, he's not able to do a lot of the things that other people can. And then she finds out that, oh, he actually can. Like if you actually let someone fulfill their potential and not hold them back because you think that they're not good enough for something, maybe you're actually harming what they could become. And I feel like, the movie does a really great job at that, like, message. I love the dynamics between the team. I just have always loved the idea of, him bottling up a lot of this, like, aggression just to let it out in football. Because honestly, I think that's what a lot of people do football for, is because it lets you let out that aggression and, that you might otherwise let out in less positive, ways. And I've always loved the moment when you first find out that he can actually tackle people like that and, make them scared of him and stuff like that. And probably one of the first times you've ever like felt power in his life and stuff. And, him going to college, him, meeting a bunch more people. I just think this movie is so funny, so quotable. Me and my dad used to just quote this movie all the time. Like Joe Montana's the greatest tackler. He's the greatest tackler I've seen since Joe Montana. Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot. I meant Joe Montana. I said Joe Montana. So it's just great jokes like that. Yeah, I really love this one. It's definitely in my top Sandler. Might be nostalgia. I'm not sure, but I really love it. So Waterboy.
Considering your name was supposed to bring up earlier, Jacob, what do you say about The Waterboy?
Yeah, this one, I mean, anytime you get a professional wrestler in your movie, I'm more inclined to say yes. And so, Captain Insano, it kind of puts us over the top, because we've only got 2 spots left. But this is, in the 12, it's kind of on the lower end, but I still think it's really good. I think there's some good humor, some good quotes here, and yeah, I think this is a very rewatchable, and I now know why alligators are angry. So thank you, Waterboy.
JPO, what do you say about The Waterboy?
Yeah, happy to definitely give this one a yes as well. This is another just good 90s Sandler. I think absolutely kills it here. I don't know if there's a bad 90s Sandler flick. I don't like Coneheads. Coneheads scare me. They keep me up at night. But that's he's a cameo. But yeah, no, there's another good one here. I mean, the relationship between him and Mama, I think it's just absolutely wonderful and beautiful. I love the tattoo moment of Henry Winkler. Well, Mama don't know, can't hurt her. And another, this is kind of I don't know if we have, the lovely times we had with him and, Barry and Arrested Development and everything. If we don't have, Henry Winkler in this movie here, it's really is kind of like resurgence as well. And yeah, I absolutely love this movie here. So yeah, I'm with it. And as Jacob said, Captain Insano, baby, who recently returned on AEW.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the times I'm actually kind of glad that we ended up doing this Schneider episode a few weeks ago as well, because it meant some of these Sandler movies I rewatched for that, it's like, it's means I didn't have had other ones I could have rewatched for this one that didn't have Sandler in, but Snyder and rather. But yeah, I think The Waterboy is a really good movie. And I think it's just it's really good. And I really enjoy it. And just even the teacher being Colonel Sanders, I think was just entertaining itself. So it's going to be easy yes for me for The Waterboy. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is at the number one Schneider movie that we had on ranking that time. But Billy, Brian, what do you say about The Waterboy?
That is a quality H2O. Gatorade H2O. Water sucks. It really sucks. The water sucks. I'll give it a yes as well.
That Waterboy does make the list, and we go to Jacob. Do you have the movie that's going to fill up the last spot?
I don't know. We'll see. I think we gotta get some animation represented here. So I'll go with the first Hotel Transylvania. I just think this is a really fun movie. I think Sandler provides a really great voice for Dracula here, and it's just kind of him and all his buddies playing these monsters. Who Dracula's running this hotel now. And having this party for a daughter, voiced by Selena Gomez, and the hotel, which isn't supposed to be accessible to humans, gets infiltrated by a human, voiced by Andy Samberg. And I just think it's a really, really fun movie, really fun time. I think everybody's providing some really good voice work here, and I just think if we're gonna represent Adam Sandler's whole career, I mean, we got to get some animation in here as well. And I think I'd be fine with either of the first two Hotel Transylvania movies, but I lean more towards the first one here, so that's the one I'm going to bring up.
JPO, what do you say about Hotel Transylvania?
Yeah, I enjoy the trilogy that he had here. They're all actually pretty decent and watchable. Again, though, it's kind of outside of my list. I think there's actually a few higher than this, either both dramatic or even comedic wise, that I'd like to see on the list more. And I'm not even sure if this is my favorite Hotel Transylvania. If I had to pick, I might have gone two. So it's a slight no for me.
Animation wise, this is not my favorite animated movie he's done. My favorite animated movie he's done is the one no one else has seen. As Leo is really good. But I enjoy the first Hotel Transylvania enough. I haven't seen them in a while. I do have been meant to revisit them. But I like the first one enough, and this is my favorite out of the ones he was in, so it's going to be yes for me for Hotel Transylvania. But Brian, what do you say about Hotel Transylvania?
I mean, when it comes to Adam Sandler, this is one of his better for the trilogy. Is better for it. It's a great introduction to the whole world. He this created some of the Sandler friends pop up. Spade, Kevin James, and Buscemi show up as well. So I'll give it a yes.
And Chad, what did you have said about Hotel Transylvania?
Yeah, this one is one that I don't know. I really want to see the new animated one, but all the rest of the animated Sandler ones I just haven't really adored personally. Like for a top 12, I think Hotel Transylvania, the first one, is good. I haven't seen the others yet, but I have the whole box out. I'm gonna watch them soon. But yeah, this one I just wouldn't personally put on there. I feel like if there were a lot more to choose from, then I would agree that do an animated one or something like that to kind of fill out his versatility. But I kind of agree with Jordan, where I think there's a few more that I would prefer to see over that one. But maybe if I grew up more with Hotel Transylvania, it would be one of my favorites. I'm really not sure. So yeah, I would have given a slight no, unfortunately.
But that does bring us to the end of this, because Hotel Transylvania did get 3 yeses to go make the list. Just to recap out the movies we have on the short list, we have Billy Madison, The Wedding Singer, Hustle, Happy Gilmore, Uncut Gems, Big Daddy, Punch Drunk Love, My Stories, 51st States, Anger Management, The Waterboy, and Harold Transylvania. JPO, what are some honorable mentions that you would have brought up?
Yeah, definitely. I love funny people. I think it's a great Judd Apatow flick. Another one that balances some really great laughs as well as an interesting performance by Sandler. I love Airheads, man. Airheads is so much fun here. Young, probably the youngest Sandler. That's at least the youngest, best movie with a young Sandler. Airheads is a lot of fun. Rain Over Me, great dramatic performance as well. Guy suffering from the loss of family. Um, Longest Yard is pretty good, and like I said, I probably actually would have done Hotel Transylvania too. And Zohan's pretty good as well. I actually have some fun with you don't mess with the Zohan as well.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I also probably would have brought up Longest Yard. I think I really do like it. And I didn't bring it up just because I was kind of in the middle of the rewatch. I haven't seen enough of it to kind of confidently bring it up, but I actually really did. I did have high. I do remember enjoying Spanglish enough, but I was in the middle of rewatching it and just didn't feel confident that I'd seen enough to remind me how much I loved it in that. And I might be the only weird on earth, but I also really enjoyed the blended Just Go Off and Just Go Off, and I think they're both really good. And then last year I'll bring out I think Adam Sandler is great, and You're Not So Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. I think it's a really interesting movie. I think it's just seeing him because it's not really essentially his movie; it's more of his kids' movie. But he's still great in the movie. And the first Grown Ups is great. Brian, what are some honorable mentions that you would have brought up?
Mr. Deeds, well, I do enjoy a lot. I do quite enjoy Grown Ups, The Longest Yard, Zohan. I do quite enjoy Bedtime a lot, and also, he's not in that much, but Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin, I do quite enjoy him in it. So that's all I have for the mentions.
Chad, what are some honorable mentions that you would have had?
I actually really agree with Brian there when he brought up Mixed Nuts. I'm not sure that's a great movie, but I love Sandler's role in it.
He's very Sandler-y.
I think he's the best part of that movie. It's great. Yeah, there's other ones that I really like. Mr. Deeds, I didn't love when I first saw it when I was younger, but then it's grown on me since for sure. Little Nicky, I have a very soft spot for. I know it's a really dumb one, but I have a lot of fun with it. Let's see. Spanglish was a lot better than I thought it was going to be going into it. I'm a huge defender too of Bulletproof. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but I think it's fun. I like the action chops that Sandler brings in there. I wish he could kind of do more of those movies. Well, he did with Murder Mystery, but I'm not a huge fan of those. Let's see.
Hubie Halloween, your favorite.
I'm getting there. Funny People I has grown on me quite a bit too. This most recent watch, I really like that one quite a bit. Yeah, and I really like Bat Mitzvah. Although if you say might not deserve to be on the list because he's not in it that much and it's more about the daughters, fair enough. But I do think it's great. But yeah, Hubie Halloween is one I watch every single year now because of Halloween, and I think that's a great movie. If I had just one more pick, that would have been my next nomination.
I'm gonna act as a Netflix executive. Who's still watching Hubie Halloween every year? Oh, it's the Chad Webb account. Sorry, guys. It's the Chad Webb account. Never mind.
Me and my wife, and we watch it. We watch it every year and laugh our asses off. But yeah, I just will say, I thought I had a better chance of getting The Waterboy on there, so I just went with that instead. Although, and I do like it more than Hubie Halloween. Although Hubie Halloween is definitely a favorite. See, that's pretty much it. I think, yeah.
Imagine the chaos in the chat if Hubie Halloween made the list and not The Waterboy. Jacob, anything left that you want to bring up honorable mentions?
No, not really. Hotel Transylvania 2, Funny People that was brought up. One that I'm a defender of. I don't know if I would have brought. It would have been one that I would have brought up if we were like struggling to fill that 12th spot, but I have a soft spot for Pixels.
Yeah, I have. I mean, I'm not going to go into talk about this too much, but I did rewatch Pixels for this. It went up a little bit for me. Like it's not as bad as what I remembered it to be. But now it's time for us to rank. We've got
Hold on, nobody. Sandy Weckler, Jack and Jill.
I quite enjoy
Nicholas
saying
Six.
Wexler.
Honorable mentions, not dishonorable.
I don't think Brian heard me.
but it's time for us to vote on where we want these center lists to be. Me and Jacob might be alone here, but I've got Billy Madison. I just like the other 11 more. Brian, what do you have for travel?
I don't have a board, but I'll go with Hotel Transylvania.
Chad,
I didn't get a chance to write it down, but yeah, Hotel Transylvania.
Jacob,
Madison.
JPO.
I totally wrote down Hotel Transylvania, so Billy Madison's on last. Suck it.
Well, even if you didn't, you have the tiebreaker vote.
Good point.
So
Solid logic.
With that, I'm just going to bring this up because I'm pretty sure the second one was. Yeah, the second one was 12 on the initial list. But Brian, what do you have for 11?
I'll go with Myra Stories.
Chad, what do you have for 11?
No lie, that was going to be my next one as well because I just don't think he's in it enough.
you guys are just doing this so Billy Madison's higher. This is why you guys aren't writing things down. You are waiting
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Votes.
The
Myra
fuck?
Madison's a classic.
Jacob.
I'm offended, dude.
I'm offended that you guys aren't doing this the right way. I'm just gonna
JPO.
keep this up here.
Anger management, but I'm gonna get the tiebreaker.
Thank you for doing it the right way, at least, JPO.
But JPO, Billy Madison or the Meyerowitz story?
Meyerowitz stories.
Shocker.
He's not in the West Craven Shock.
Just gonna leave this up here until you guys are until it's on the list. I'm just gonna do this.
I mean, if I didn't have to type banners, I probably would have done the same thing. Chad, what do you have for number 10?
No lie, anger management was going to be my next one for sure.
JPO.
Oh, he just know Jacob. Anger management.
Well, Jacob says keeping the ball there. I'm going to see.
No. You're right. You're right.
Billy Madison, Brian.
Anger management.
At least write your votes down. Thank you, Chad.
I mean, to be fair, like with Chad, like he told us he was going to be doing tours during this, so
Yeah,
Chad,
do you run a soup kitchen, Chad? How many dishes you got, dude?
Yeah,
it's been an hour.
With the baby a lot. Yeah,
but Jacob's got Billy Madison.
Throw some Cheerios at it, man. Quick in it.
Cheerios and goldfish.
JPO.
So I'm not a dad. Punch Drunk Love.
Billy Madison.
Okay.
Ryan.
Punch Drunk Love.
Chad.
I'm gonna break down. No, I had fucking hustle, dude.
All right,
Punch Drunk
Chad,
Love.
you've got the
I can't do it. Fuck, dude. All right, fine. Punch Drunk Love. God damn it, guys.
I mean, you could have done it. No one would hate you otherwise. But JPO, what do you have for Aki?
The Water Boy.
Oh no.
Billy Madison. Brian.
Hustle.
Chad.
Hustle.
Jacob.
Tiebreaker for me.
JPO. Billy Madison or Hustle at 8?
Hustle.
This is the most rigged list ever.
All right.
I'd be fine with it if somebody was writing down their vote and not just voting for the same thing JPO is voting for every time.
No, he voted with Chad that time.
But I'm sticking with Billy Madison, Brian.
51st Dates.
Chad.
I wrote The Waterboy.
And JPO.
Waterboy still.
So Brian,
Warboy.
That one was
All
fair.
right.
That one was fair.
right. Brian, what do you have for 6?
51st Dates.
Chad.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. 51st Dates.
JPO.
Honestly, 51st Dates.
No, I believe that.
Billy Madison.
The top 5 now. Okay.
Is it?
I think.
Yeah, it will be.
Billy Happy Wedding.
Oh, that's right. Hustle got bumped already.
Happy Day.
I got confused. I'm good.
Big Daddy. Okay. Ooh, this is a great
Just
top
to recap
5.
what we've got left. We've got Billy Madison, The Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Uncut Gems, Big Daddy.
I mean, okay,
Chad, what do you have for number 5?
we're doing it. You said Billy Wedding Happy, Uncut Gems, and what was the
Big
last one?
Daddy.
Wedding, Billy, Happy, Big Daddy, Gems.
Yeah, Uncut Gems.
JPO.
I have Uncut Gems.
No
Billy
lie.
Madison.
Wow.
According to my
Brian.
Letterboxd, number 5 is actually Uncut Gems. Lie.
Oh, this is a top 4.
This
Billy
one.
Wedding.
That one hurts.
Oh shit, bro. Oh shit. Okay.
JPO, what do you have for 4?
I have Big Daddy.
Billy Madison, Brian,
Ray Singer.
Chad.
I wrote it before he said it. Big Daddy.
So, Brian, Big Daddy or Billy Madison?
I have to go Big Day on this one.
Top 3. Oof. Okay.
Billy Madison, Brian,
Ray Singer.
Chad.
Yeah, I'm fine with Wedding Singer. Top 3.
JPO.
I'm Happy Gilmore.
Ooh.
So JPO, Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison?
Can I switch to Happy Gilmore actually?
Hold on. I voted for Happy Gilmore. Oh, what? Chad's voting?
Yeah, to make it too happy.
Well, I mean,
Okay. Me and Chad vote for Ray Singer. Jacob and Malcolm vote for Billy Madison.
Yeah, so it's me voting on those two, right?
No,
Okay.
that Wedding Singer or Happy Gilmore. Wedding
Right.
Singer or Billy Madison.
Oh, okay. Billy Madison.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Then I know what I have to do.
The so reminds me of the animated movie sequels where 3 people were trying to get Leroy and Stitch number 1, and then one of them turned on them at the last minute.
I'm happy with top 3 for it, to be honest.
I think our top 5 is my top 5. And I got 10 out of 12, so I'm happy overall.
But yeah, and this time we're just waiting for number 1.
I love Jordan's honesty there, though. That's great.
I love them both, but I'm a winning.
That's same. That's why I tried to switch.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I got confused about who voted for winner, but
Yeah, you good.
It's top 3 if I ever saw one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got the Wedding Singer, Ryan,
Happy Gilmore.
Chad,
No, I had to do it. The Wedding Singer is number 1.
Jacob,
I've just seen it more. I went with Happy Gilmore.
and JPO.
I wouldn't think with Chad.
So,
I'm mad at it.
So Happy Gilmore is going to be.
Happy Gilmore got it.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, that was just me and you, and they all had Happy.
Oh, I had the
Right.
wedding. I had the wedding singer.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Wedding singer is number one.
Oh, I'm drunk.
Yes.
Okay. So
Great top
both
three.
times. I feel we should message Sandler and be like unanimously singers won
His
both times.
Great top two.
his production company is Happy Madison.
Happy Madison.
So it has to be like top three, I think, for those two. So
Great top two.
I mean,
but-
since we should do like I don't know, like Kevin James top 12, Dennis Bay top 12.
Look, once Kevin
Alan
James,
Covert top 12.
once Kevin James brings out a new movie,
Of course, it'll be all Sandler movies.
or if I'm struggling for more options for a poll, I'd put Kevin James may show up on that poll. I'm just
Once
saying.
Kevin James has 12 good movies.
Does King of Queens count?
Well, no, but he has been.
Or
in
Kevin
the-
Henry.
Traffic.
I mean, let's be honest, Jake. We did Rob Schneider movies. It doesn't matter if they've
Possible.
got 12 good movies. As long as they've got 12 movies, I can put them on.
Yeah.
But just because I'm going to bring up the original list again. So the original list, once I get rid of the banner for that, the original list we had was Hotel Transylvania, The Waterboy, 51st States, Funny People, Mr. Deeds, Anger Management, Big Daddy, Billy Madison, Young Zag, Happy Woman, Punch Drunk Love, and The Wedding Singer. As I get rid of that.
Probably the biggest discrepancy is that number 4 is not even on our list. So that's a
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Hotel Transylvania 2 that was on the original, but didn't make this one.
I know, but I was saying the biggest discrepancy, like that, their number 4, not even
Yeah.
12.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I think I didn't watch the full episode of the original one. I think it was just a case of Hotel Transylvania 2 was the first one that made the list. Everyone else like, it's just like this one. If one of them made the list, getting the other ones on there may have been a harder.
Yeah, way harder.
But our top 12, Adam Sandler. At number 12, we had the first Hotel Transylvania movie. At 11, we had the Meyerowitz stories. At 10, we had Anger Management. At 9, we got Punch Like Love. At 8, we've got Hustle. At 7, we got The Waterboy. At 6, we got 51st States. At 5, we got Uncut Gems. At 4, we got Big Daddy. At 3, we got Billy Madison. At 2, we got Happy Gilmore. And number 1 is The Wedding Singer.
Shabadoo. Shabadoo.
Shabadoo, all of you lovely gentlemen.
But with that being said, that is the end of ranking for another week. Next week, we're going to go into a different comedian's route and going to for Eddie Murphy movies.
I know SNL star.
But with that, Brian, we can find you online.
Yeah, first off, I love Chaz like bowing to the rankings we did. You can find me probably on different channels, Movie Here Network. I'll be on the Christmas edition and the free for all. But in tournament, I'll be on the 2005 last series in January. I appear on Pierce Co as well sometimes when JPO gets available for the matches. I'll be there. Yeah, Lights Out Trivia. I'm in the team tournament there, so yeah, Shabadoo to you too.
But Chad, where can people find you online?
Yep, Shabadoo to everyone here as well. Yeah, you can find me over at my channel, Chadwick Webb, where we rank stuff. We do sometimes do reactions and reviews and things like that. Mostly rankings, though. So if you like this, you'll probably like that. So go over there and check out a lot of that stuff. Check out we're gonna do a Sandler ranking probably beginning of 2024. Also check out the Dill Pickle Movie Network, where I do a show called Picture This, and we're basically trying to watch every Best Picture nominee. Having a blast doing it. We've been doing it for a few years, and we did last month 1985 because The Color Purple's coming out, and this month we're doing 1960, The Apartment. It's a Christmas movie, so check out that. Check out the rest of his channel too, because it's great. Check out the Nerd Entertainment Network, where I do a show called Welcome to Primetime. It's just horror stuff, so we talk horror news, talk about horror movies. We rank Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes. We do horror brackets. We had JPO on there one time, did his favorite horror movies. So we're looking to do more stuff like that, and just play fun games and things like that as well. And yeah, just check out my letterbox. So check out the movie Battleground over the God, help me out here with the TMG Entertainment. And yeah, a lot of great stuff out there. Thank you for having me. This was fun. And Shabadoo.
Also, shout out to Pizza Planet, the best faction. Don't pick a movie network.
Oh, you said shout out to Pizza Hut. Well, yeah, cool. I'm a Papa
The
John's
Pizza
guy.
Planet.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Jacob, we can be on you online.
First of all, it's a shame that Psycho wasn't nominated for 1960, because I mean that would have been a great movie to talk about. Although, but other than that, you can find me over at the Movie Hero Network this week. I'll be co-hosting the musicals tournament. But other than that, kind of taking December off, not really doing a lot. Just spending the holidays with the month with friends and family and finishing up school. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. But I'll pop up.
Oh, back to school. Back to school.
School. Through the top of another fool.
Jacob's favorite movie. He loves it so.
I mean,
I hope
Yeah,
I
we
hope
can be
I
on you
will
online.
fight.
Sandler.
You can find me. Sometimes in the Periscope, we do the trivia. Okay, I won't do that for the whole time. But yeah, I'm over at the Periscope. Like I said, sort of small hiatus, but we'll be back in swing once I'm no longer on this couch, and and we'll have some more fun over there. But yeah, the Periscope is our main channel for countdowns. Sometimes we'll do some drafts, reviews, all stuff like that. If you're a pro wrestling fan, Real Pro Wrestling, located in Fort Myers, Florida, we just had our final event of 2023, Chaos at the Con, the final countdown. So that footage will probably be released soon. I returned, did ring announcing for the first time in a while, and my voice cracked. That's always great. But we're also returning January 12th. We're at Celebrations Ballroom in Fort Myers. We had a big event planned there in North Fort Myers. And as well as Pierce Wrestling. I was at Energy Wrestling recently. I'm going to release some footage from that. Matt Cardona fought Chavo Guerrero. So yeah. And if I'm all over the place, I believe I'm on Lights Out this week. You can always find me, dibbling and dabbling in Battleground as well, other trivia leagues. And I don't know, maybe I'll move to a fourth city in a couple of weeks. We'll see.
Were you trying to introduce the rated R superstar? Is that why your voice cracked?
I did do that. I did do a really extended for Dreamgirl Ellie. Actually, Dreamgirl Ellie, she was waiting for the mic. She was going to cut a promo, and I tried holding Ellie for the longest time. That might have been what did it.
But you can find me on Table Productions hosting Ranking every week. Next week will be Top 12 Eddie Murphy movies. You can also find me popping up from time to time on the Movie Hero Network. I'll be on the show Recast Them Over. We're going to recast the Sleep Few characters from Lord of the Rings. And you can also find me popping up in other places. And I also host trivia over on Full Metal. But until next time, we'll see you all next time. And keep watching movies.
What's wrong with you?